We are live, everybody. Welcome back to Together Tuesdays.
Woohoo!
Hello, hello, Facebook.
We're just giving everybody a few minutes to link up and get set up.
And I
iPad
am doing
4.
some shares for you.
iPad 4. We do not know who you are.
Double checking to see if that's Doug. Choopy choo. It is
Okay.
the Tuesday after conference, but it's also still Taco Tuesday, y'all.
It is Taco Tuesday, and I have to tell you, I had 5 of them earlier.
I had three.
See? I mean, plus, I don't have my Taco Tuesday shirt because it's still dirty because I wore it last Tuesday at conference. But I do have this. I have a taco pinata. It's got like all kinds of goodies in it. I don't know what's in here yet because I haven't busted it open. I'm kind of afraid to because it is a taco pinata. I don't know what could be in there, but I'm kind of scared. So,
That's awesome. I love it.
so we are.
Okay, hold
What
on. Sorry about that.
was that?
Evidently, you're not allowed to go on Zoom or Facebook Live at the same time you're on Zoom because then you'll have that feedback. So I'll go on.
Ah,
So I'll have to go on mute to share, you guys. Is that Doug on Mr. iPad? I was just making sure.
no.
No, it's
Hi,
Kim.
hey
Hi,
Kim. Surprise!
Kim. Surprise. I was like, wait, hold on a second. Doug's supposed to be joining us as well.
Yeah.
Sharandy, how are you? Did you recover from conference?
Yes, I did. I had a good time.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, you guys, 2 minutes. I'm going on mute. Ted's gonna entertain you in the meantime. Um, all the pressure, right? But
So
then
it's okay.
I'm just gonna share with everybody on Facebook that we're actually meeting today because we actually postponed our Together Tuesday meetings until what, the following week, I believe.
It was gonna
Um,
be this.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
Well, I'm just going to do a quick share, but I don't want to do it while I'm live on Zoom because then you'll get that ugly feedback. So give me 2 seconds. Hello, Melissa. Glad to see you.
Yeah, Melissa on Facebook feed. We got everybody rolling in. We're just gonna give. What do you got there, Chris? What are those? Are
you
those conference chips? What are we looking at?
You want a different chair?
Oh, a
Lego.
Lego. Nice. A Lego build.
I'm making a medieval village.
Mm,
Oh, cool.
that can be tricky. That can be tricky.
It
We
can be.
we got Sierra coming in. Everybody make it back okay? Stay all safe travels.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Good, good. Get all your photos together and all your highlights. And also, if you guys have photos and you want to share them with us, we'll add them to the wrap up library. So that's if you guys want to do that, you can either email them or there's a thing called WeTransfer that you can also send them that way. You can send them to our email address at info@amcsupport.org. You can use that with WeTransfer if you want to send them that way. You can also, I'm sure those that have any of our telephone numbers, you could text them to us. We'd be happy to add them to our growing library. I'm going to be gathering that stuff in the next couple of weeks. I'm also going to be working on the video sessions of all the sessions, and we'll have that up on our YouTube page. Um, and that is what I'm going to be working on next. I know we have a lot to get out for everybody. Um, I think conference was awesome. I think everybody had such a good time. It was very, very good to see everybody. I know that. Um, and please, tonight we're just kind of chilling, kicking it back, and there really isn't much of an agenda. We're just kind of rolling back through some things. If you guys want to share your experiences and
Your favorite conference moments.
yes, what you got. Hey, what's up, man?
Okay, Caleb goes first because
Okay.
he was so
Okay.
excited to be here. What's up,
And
Caleb?
then I finally got my video working. I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, share your favorite moment from conference. Just one of them, because I know there's probably about 12.
Oh, yeah, you know it. I really like prom, like to get my groove on and yeah,
So you enjoyed prom, is that right?
yeah, yeah. I always
Awesome.
love dancing and
Very cool. Very cool. I'm glad you were able to make it.
yeah, me too. Yeah, it's always a good time.
Hey, Chris, you got a favorite moment from conference this year?
My favorite moment was there's a whole bunch, but I think one specific which reminds why
Okay.
we were there is I got to talk to I just forgot his name. Is it CJ dad?
Okay.
After prom. He sat next to me while we were waiting for the elevators and stuff, and he's like, I was watching you tonight. That's always a bad thought. I was like, oh. But it was good. So he's like, I really liked your confidence. And of course, I was wearing the gold outfit.
You did rock that gold outfit, Chris.
It was fun.
The outfit was the best.
Great.
But he is wanting to instill in his son, being independent and confident. And he had watched me, and he was like, I want my son to have like the confidence that you have. And so I was talking with him and sharing with him, how I'm seeing life, and for me, I'm Christian background, how I feel like I'm not a mistake. Psalm says, I was born, and as I was being born, God knew every part of me. So, being physically challenged, I can still live, and be confident that it might be difficult, but this is the way it is for me. And I can do all the things I need to do with what I have with me. And he was really, thrilled to hear that and wanted to share that, with his son, and just like, and trying to encourage him to continue doing that, even though he's really young. There probably will be some difficult times, even for me, it was tough here and there growing up, but I am independent. I work. I can cook myself. I can dress myself, and there are difficulties, but it was one of those moments where it was like, that's why some of us adults are here, to share with the families and the parents that it can be done, and that was probably one of my favorite moments.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. And that honestly is what conference is all about, those connections. That is something that CJ's dad will probably remember for a lifetime, and know that CJ's going to be a-okay. So I'm glad that he got a chance to meet you. Yeah, that's awesome. Doug, I know you got a favorite conference. You probably have several as well. So if we get through everybody, then we could go back to Chris for his next one.
I guess being on the panel and listening to Chris and Teresa and Sarah, we all shared ourselves openly, and Harold had great questions that he added to our session. And that made it something special, because I think I learned even more, just different ways of doing some things, because of listening to the other three on it. And it was nice to hear from Karen from Lady Shriners saying that she could listen to us for another hour or two in a session like that. Those are nice compliments, and I know that come from the heart too.
Yes, absolutely. And it was such an honor to have Karen join us all the way from Michigan. After attending the Imperial Shrine, she took a red eye and she wanted to be a part of our event, and she really immersed herself and volunteered and then surprised us with an enormous check. So we're truly, truly grateful. And I'm glad that many of you got to meet her. She is truly a wonderful lady. And hopefully, you know, more doors will open with just the generosity of the Lady Shriners. So thankful for that opportunity. Aaron, hey, Aaron, where'd you go? Did
What's
you leave?
up?
What's up? Your first conference. So as a first-time attendee, you could tell us your absolute favorite moment and then just kind of share like your experience as a first-time attendee.
Well, I'm a little, all right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to access this via my phone, and I don't normally do Zoom on my phone, so I can't
Oh,
really see so much. Is
gotcha.
is there any way that somebody can shoot me a Facebook uh,
Oh, he needs the
link
Zoom
in
link, Ted.
Messenger?
Yeah,
Okay,
Ted, he needs the Zoom link.
in Messenger though,
Yep.
and that way I can get it on my phone, and then I'll jump back. So you can come back to me, and I'll show.
Okay. No problem. Sharandy, do you want to take Aaron's spot and tell us your favorite conference memory while Ted gets Aaron set up?
Where'd he go? I don't have his number.
Oh, you don't have him on Facebook?
I might. Let me see if I can contact him.
I
Just a
sent it to him in Messenger.
Oh,
Hopefully he
thank
gets it.
you. Okay,
Oh,
thank
thank
you,
you.
Sharandy.
I
Thank you
was
so
like,
much.
where's his number?
Awesome. All right, Sharandy. I know this is your first conference. Tell us about
Yes.
your I know you have several favorite moments, but tell us one of your all-time favorites.
Well, I can't pick just one. I think the whole experience was so much fun. Just like getting to know one another and actually meeting people that have the same disability as I have, and just learning their experience it through it all. And so I just had a good time through it all.
Well, good. I'm glad. You look like every time I saw you, you had the biggest smile on your face. But I am so glad that you came and met so many of us and we were able to hug you in person.
Yeah.
I know that for me, it was awesome to meet you and Uncle Rod in person for the first time. So that was very cool.
Yeah, it
Sierra,
was.
Sierra, do you have any favorite moments?
Yeah, my favorite moment was when you introduced the sports, the adaptive sports to the program. Like I love doing the rock climbing, and I've done like adaptive sailing and I've done skiing before, but just to see like just to see the upgrades in the equipment and putting the control of like the sports into the person's hands instead of just like the instructor's hands is like empowering, and I want to bring that to especially the sailing program to Rhode Island.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. I've heard nothing but good things about the adaptive sports program that Kim Kolstad organized for our group. It was a very first for AMCSI to have 3 different adaptive sports opportunities for our families. We had wake surfing, is it mountain biking, and then the rock climbing. So it was really, really cool to have them there, present and so active on our conference floor, talking to our families. They brought one of their Tetris skis so our families could try it out, which is also yes, also very, very cool. So I'm hoping that we can bring Kim and her team back to Norfolk, and also have those opportunities available. I have a feeling with all of the pictures and videos that are being shared, that we'll have a full house pretty quickly signed up for those activities. So I was joking with one of the moms about the wake surfing because we didn't know what to expect and they didn't know what to expect because this is our first time doing it and they really thought it was going to be like some sort of simulation, like you see on cruise ships. But no, it was like the full, like you are actually surfing on the water with real boats. So it was really cool. So yes, I definitely want to extend our gratitude to Kim and her team for organizing that. And we behind the scenes, we worked with them for a year.
Yeah.
And it was tough. We had some rough moments where we thought we might not be able to do it because of funding. So we are actually going to meet with the team hopefully next week once we've all recovered, to hit the ground running to see if we can get this done in Virginia, but also to start fundraising to get them there because that transporting their equipment is pretty expensive. So we definitely want to make sure that we do our due diligence to help them get what they need as far as financially supported. And then hopefully we can add more activities. So we'll see how it goes. We got a year to fundraise. We got a year to plan.
A
So
year.
yes. Hello, Uncle Rod.
Hello, Rod.
Good to see you. Hi, Aaron. How's it going?
Hello.
There's Aaron and Aaron in the house.
Now you got to differentiate.
That's right. All right, Aaron, you can have your turn back. Go ahead and share your favorite moment from Atlanta conference.
Oh my gosh, there's no way I can pick one moment. Yeah, absolutely no way. But I will say the first moment that really hit me and struck a chord with me was I was in the lobby, and I'm not even sure who it was, but it was a woman. She was biting her sleeve to slide her arm through, and I just couldn't believe it. Like the first time seeing somebody else do that, like yeah, just blew my mind. And I just felt such at home, and I was like, yes, yeah. And so yeah, that's the first moment. But there were several others things that just blew my mind. Just the one thing that really stood out to me too was just how thoughtful and considerate everyone else was for all of us being there. Like in the elevators, like everybody was like stopping and holding the doors for us, like we were going in and out and going out of their way to do it. And it was just so much. Like, yeah, it was just emotionally mind blowing for me. And I'll share this. It wasn't until I think Sunday I was heading to another event back home, and so much I experienced was so fast and overwhelming for the first time. It was just like taking everything in. But I guess around Sunday I was able to start processing what I was experiencing. And on the drive to my event, I just choked up in tears, like from being able to process everything. And I was just like, wow. So yeah, just totally emotionally overwhelming for me in a good way. In a good way.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. And I always say those post-conference blues, they hit you. They hit you Sunday, Monday. Sometimes it's a little bit later in the week because we're still having fun posting our memories and our photos and just doing conference recaps on Facebook. So it's still you're still kind of like on that conference high, but then you're also, oh, I have to go back to work and back to reality. And it's 365 days until you see your AMC family again. So yeah, so those emotions are real, and we appreciate you sharing that with us. That means a lot. That conference really had an impact, and it's crazy because it's just such a small gesture as the sleeve, to know that you were home and you were safe with us. So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Aaron. Uncle Rod, what's up?
Hello, everyone. Hello, my queen. Happy
How are
Tuesday.
you? All right, first time attendee, will you be back again?
Absolutely.
That's what we want to hear. All right, so we want to know your absolute favorite moment at conference.
Everything. Just everything. That's my experience. I don't have any set thing. It was just the moment I saw Aaron and Brittany, they were the first AMCs that I saw that I knew. So the very first two people I saw, I knew right then that I was at home. So and then you sort of pushed everybody out the way to hug me later on in the evening. That was great. That was great, by the way.
You know, like, get out of the way. Uncle Rod's in the house.
Right. I loved it. I loved it. But no, everything was just totally warming. It was everything that I didn't know I needed at the time, but looking back, on it, yeah, it is definitely something that I definitely needed because I didn't know how emotionally low I was at that point in time. But it really gave me the boost and really just my heart is still full, my soul is still full, and yeah, I'm not gonna tear up. I almost did that Friday and Sunday. I'm not gonna do it today. But that is where I am with conference in general. It wasn't any one thing. It was just it felt like I came home and it felt like I was around my family and it felt like I made new family members, new friends, new bonds, and established the current bonds that I have. And that's my takeaway.
Nice.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And we love our Uncle Rod. And I know I gave you a bunch of crap about your sugar grits, but you know, that's all love. Extension of Together Tuesdays. But I'm so glad that you made it to conference, and I hope to see you, all of you, every one of you in Norfolk. And I know that traveling can be a challenge, and for many of our AMCers, especially those who live further away, we did get a lot of not so nice comments on our Facebook page, and we appreciate you guys being very passionate about us coming to your locations, to your backyards. We would love to be in every single city and state there is, but it's virtually impossible because of our requirements. And I do have a list. And if you respectfully email me without any name calling, we will absolutely share that information with you. But yes, please be respectful of our team. We would absolutely appreciate that. All right, getting back to fun stuff quickly. Kim, how are you doing? Do you want to share your favorite conference moment? I know you probably have several.
Me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I heard a different name. I'm accurate right now. Yeah, it was my second conference, and it's still like it kind of. I don't know, how do I explain it? Like it's still mind blowing. I don't know how to word it, but I remember like Aaron was talking about how it hits you like that. Because I remember on the way home, the first time, my mom was driving, and all of a sudden I just start crying, like bawling my eyes out. And then she's over here going, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I'm like, "Keep driving, you're fine. No, it's okay." Like, keep driving. Because it was just I was looking at pictures and missing everyone, and I was telling her how it really does feel like you walk into your home. And even this time, even though it's my second time, it really feels like you walk, like even when you walk in, you're just like, you almost feel like you can just go, like you feel this weight come off of you, and then you feel like, okay, I'm okay, and I think my favorite moment was just everything, to be honest. Like, I mean, but honestly, seeing everybody again and then catching up and just all that kind of stuff. I think everything. I can't really choose a certain moment. Oh yeah, karaoke.
Yesterday.
The karaoke crew for this conference was lit. I hear. I saw
Yeah,
videos.
it was.
We need karaoke at every conference from here on out.
Okay.
All I can say.
We'll try to figure all that out. All right, Aaron, since you got your mute button unmuted, how about
Sorry
you
about my dog.
share with us your favorite conference moment from Atlanta?
So there's two and they're short ones.
Sure, of course.
Because one is pre-conference, like before it all officially began. And that was Brittany and I went to the Olympic Park.
Mm-hmm.
And we were playing in the sprinklers. And while everyone else goes and plays and tries to jump in the sprinklers, I made it a game of let's dodge the sprinklers so our wheelchairs don't get ruined. So being with somebody else who was in the same boat as me made it even more fun. And then my second favorite part, I mean, I can't say favorite because there's so much that's my favorite, was just the hugs. I needed them more than I realized. So,
Well, hopefully you were hugged out while you were in Atlanta.
yes. Well, I don't think I can ever be hugged out by it. So.
Oh,
But
Marissa
yeah,
is
the hugs and just
Marissa is on Facebook and she says our favorite moments were the adaptive sports, deepening our bonds with the families, meeting new families. We're so grateful for all the hard work that goes into making this amazing event happen. It has changed our lives for the better. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Felicity, do you want to share your favorite conference moment?
Karaoke.
So we need to talk to the loons about trying to figure out how to get karaoke on deck for next year. All right.
Yeah,
we need to
that was
somehow
fun.
get a karaoke machine that just travels with us.
We just
Yes.
gotta get one off of Temu. Come on.
Just invest in one. Okay. We got you. We'll try to figure out how to work that out. Maybe we could do it alongside maybe prom or something fun like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. One more thing to add to Michelle. I mean, she's
going to be very pleased. We're already adding things to her plate. It's not even 2 days.
yeah. If not, well, if somebody wants to research karaoke in Norfolk, I never know how to say it right.
Norfolk.
From my understanding, people that live there says it's Norfolk.
Norfolk. I'm
You don't live there, so we'll disrespect them.
Tomato,
I don't know.
tomato.
Tomato.
I live 30 minutes from Norfolk and I can't even say it right. So
Harley says Norfolk.
Norfolk. I hear it's Norfolk.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll go there and we'll interview a bunch of people that live there and say, hey, how do you say this word?
No, I'll throw in other than karaoke to get a little bit sappy. Just realizing like people actually having your back when you need them the most. And I feel like being there is like where I meet some of the realest people that you know are going to stick by your side no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll make it a little sappy for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. We are your friends through and through. So I will say that I have met my bestest friends on the planet through our AMC family, and I feel like all of you that join us for Together Tuesdays are equally on that friend list. You know, you guys, we've been through a lot together. What is it, Ted? We're on like 39 episodes now.
We're getting close. Yeah, we're coming up on our 40th, I think. I gotta
Yeah,
double
so
that number, but it's coming up. It's coming up.
yeah. I mean, it just started out as a simple idea, and it was, I think, Ted and I talking to each other forever. And now we have a full house, which is nice. It's really nice that we have some dedicated folks that come every Tuesday to hang out with us for Taco Tuesday. Alex, do you want to share? You don't have to. I know you're shy.
Oh, thanks. No, I enjoyed the panel I was on, and I learned some new
Good.
things and hearing different perspectives. So that was good. I like that. And I was glad I was able to come to one day I was, and
Yes.
enjoyed meeting a lot of y'all that I've seen on Zoom for the last 4 or 5 years.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that was fun for me. So I'm glad I came.
Good. I'm glad you were there too. I know that we've been doing Zooms for a couple of years since 2020
I know.
together. Yeah. So it's crazy to finally meet you, and it took long enough, right?
I know, because I met you on the UK group, actually.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And that was actually before, is it before COVID? I can't remember now, but yeah,
I think it was during COVID.
was it during COVID? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, definitely happy to meet you, Alex. Hopefully we can get you back to another conference soon.
Yep.
And
Hopefully
hopefully,
sometime I can make it.
yes, and hopefully you join us here. I mean, that's like, I think the main reasons for Together Tuesdays. We just really want to connect with our families, like offshoot, like, because honestly, like we have a long time before we meet in person again. And this is just, you know, just something to connect us. And this could be just an outlet for you guys to just talk about, hey, how are you doing this week? Because sometimes life gets hard and we need our family. So, and I consider each one of you one of my family members. So yeah. So there might be some days that we just talk about absolutely nothing, or we just sit with each other and we'll be like, life is rough right now. But just know that this is always a safe space, always a safe space.
It really is. And we also have the Saturday adult Zooms for everybody too. And I do hear wind of that starting at 8 and ending at 3 in the morning. So, you know, those conversations, for what I understand, can get rather deep and lengthy. And sometimes that's the place to be. And you know, that's every Saturday. So and that's on our website as well. And if everybody needs the link, you know how to reach us, let us know, and I'll repost it as well this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think those Saturdays are where I've had like the deepest conversations of my life. Seriously. Like I've built such a like bond and connection with them that I feel comfortable telling them things that like I haven't told people that I've known since I was 5 years old.
Yes, and that, yeah, and it's just
just
right, and it's just important to note that we are not live, and that is
The
not a
Saturday
recorded
event?
event. Yes, the Saturday event is not live and it is not recorded, so it is very safe. This is also a safe space, but for more of the intimate conversations, that is definitely for the Saturday at 8 p.m. And it is like you can drop in pretty much at any time. They're still chatting at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
If you get lucky, you'll get it even later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think we've had like one that went to like 5:20 something in the morning, and we were like, we need to go to sleep.
I mean, do you start making breakfast at that point? Like,
Yeah,
I would
there's
be
been
like DoorDash and
people
food. I'd be like, let's go.
people have fallen asleep. We've watched people go to sleep and wake back up for the day. We just let them sleep peacefully.
Right. I mean, you know, let them snooze it out, come back.
Yeah.
Side note, Uncle Rod is way gone by then.
Yes.
You ain't having that, huh? You're like, I gotta go to bed.
I think Uncle Rod can make it to like maybe 11:30.
Right. Yeah, that's about my cutoff time. I have to go to church in the morning. I'm sorry.
Sounds about right. That would be my cutoff.
And even if you fall asleep and you wake back up and you can't go back to sleep, jump on, talk for a little bit, fall asleep. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why I say it's more of like a drop in, where this is just 9 to 10 and we're done. But the Saturday Zoom chats they're hours long. Unless there's something going on. I don't think it happened this past Saturday because everybody that moderates that chat was with us live. So on the ground in Atlanta. So, but yeah, just all right. So anybody else want to share?
I want to throw something real quickly, and that's
of course.
different. Just if you haven't checked your emails, we've gotten a survey and questions to do. And I know I saw that today, sat down, went through it, and it does help the Loon crew and the board of directors move along. And I'll tell you one question that I really liked on that the suggestion was the possibility of just having 4 hotels in rotation. That way we know where it's going to be. We expect it in the following year. I love that idea. And some of the hotels that we've had, while it was a challenge with maybe dealing with luggage in the MARTA for me, I had some people who were extremely helpful. They got me to the hotel from the train, and Matt helped me from the hotel on the train all the way through the airport. Then Columbus is just the perfect site to what they do. But I'll say, even though Columbus is a great site for it, in my seven conferences, I've got to say, I think this was my favorite one of all. It was so diverse in topics and looking out for everybody that just it seemed to go smoothly. I don't know how, maybe not for you, Ted, but overall, it just went really well.
I mean, that's good to hear. I know those experiences of the traveling to get to and from can be a little sketchy, absolutely. And just to hear that you had the support of somebody to help you through that, those times it means a lot. I know one of the ways whenever I fly either there or going back, I definitely get checked. I don't know if I'm on a list at this point, which could very well be the case because, sometimes I'm a little sarcastic when they ask what's in my spine, and I go, maybe it's just the bow and arrow on my back. They don't really like those kind of things. But that's just my character, and sometimes. So I'm pretty sure I'm on a list. But it's gotten pretty easier now. Things are moving along, but it's good to hear those type of stories though, Doug, that the help that everybody gives each other during these conferences where it's not always given when we're out in the mainstream world. And it means a lot. It really does. And we hope to encourage more of that as our meetups happen, as our groups happen, as our groups get together. That kind of support needs to be carried through and pass forward, basically, in everything that we do.
I know that some of like the going outside towards nighttime could be a little bit scary for some people, but a story that I have was we stayed until Sunday. So Saturday night, me and a couple of other people, we went to the Ferris wheel, and if you guys were there, you probably knew my wheelchair was being a pain in the butt and it wouldn't charge like the whole time. And now that I'm home, it's charging perfectly fine and holding a charge. So I'm unaware what my wheelchair had against me. But so I had charged it up on Saturday during the day, like whoever was letting me use their charger, and we were like, let's go to the Ferris wheel. It's not that far. We got there, my chair battery just starts plummeting, like down, 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 down. And we start going back towards the hotel when we were done. Carly's like behind me, in her wheelchair, using her feet to like give it a little bit of a boost because we were going up a really steep hill. And finally, it was done. It was done. And we were like probably a block and a half away, if that. And we were sitting there, we were just kind of like think, well, what are we gonna do? We have 3 wheelchairs, and none of us are gonna be able to be strong enough to push this 450-pound wheelchair plus me. Like it's just not happening. And the what were they called? Ambassadors? Is that what they were called?
a team ambassador, something like that?
Yeah, some sort of ambassador. They're just people that like are walking around downtown that like help people like get to where they need to go if they're confused, blah blah blah, whatever. They actually came up to us and asked us if we were okay, and these two men, which we will leave them a very great review. I remember their names. But these two men, they came and they were dressed up in their uniforms and they pushed me like all the way up that hill, all the way into the hotel, and then they made sure to park me somewhere by an outlet. And then they turned me around and turned it back into drive mode for me and made sure like I was all set until somebody, so somebody could come and plug it in. And I feel like we don't see that a lot. Like
That's awesome.
you don't see those people that are willing to help like that anymore, really. And being able to like find people that were so nice about it. And they were joking about it too. They were like, "Oh, you can go back and say you three picked up two guys on the streets of Atlanta." Like they were just making jokes. They were super nice.
Yeah. And I know that a few families felt a little uneasy about going out, and I know that's pretty typical for major big cities, especially if you don't know the area, you don't know how safe you are. But I know that gosh, I spent so much time in Atlanta during dance years, pre-COVID, and in that exact area. But I will say that it has changed just a little bit. And yeah, I'm from New York originally, so none of city life scares me, but I know for people who live in the country and don't necessarily see a lot of diversity and stuff that is just different, like litter and homeless, I know it can be a little intimidating.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that the hotel was beautiful. In addition to your conference survey, there's also a hotel survey that probably landed. And feel free to be brutally honest about the hotel, just so that way the hotel also has your feedback about how they can improve some of their items. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe one day we'll be back. We don't know. We are looking at going toward the 4 hotel model. We don't know if we're going to be able to pull that off. The goal is to find 4 hotels, right? That's going to work. And we, up until I think 2 years ago, we had 3 that we were had in mind for selection. And now one of those is out, and one of those is actually one from the West Coast. So we're on the hunt for new hotels, new cities. We have a lot of requirements. It's about 2 or 3 pages long that Michelle sent us. So again, if you respectfully ask us what those hotel requirements are, we will absolutely share that information with you. We can't do the whole name calling and disrespect. So I got to keep my team safe. I got to keep us safe. And we definitely want to help everyone. We just need to make sure that everybody is being friendly with our.
And we're never looking to leave anybody out. We want to try to reach every area of the country as we possibly can. And we have the full list of requirements and things that we need to make sure that everything is accessible to everybody. I mean, when I first got on the ground, the only entrance I saw to the Peachtree place was not accessible. And when I asked them at the front, they said everybody would have to go outside around the CBS. I said, there has to be another way. I'll wait here. Go get your manager. Because that didn't sound right to me. There is obviously another way into that. And then the manager came over. He goes, it's a little bit lengthy, but you go through the Skyway Bridge and you go around that way. And I said, as long as it's fully accessible, that's all I need to go. I said, because I'm not telling people to go outside. That's just not a reality. Not in this area of Atlanta. If the area was different, I'm from South Philly. Like if it was more like South Philly, I'd have no problems. But this was more like North Philly to me. And I know what North Philly is, and it's not a place you want to be in daylight, let alone when it gets dark. So these type of things are what we look into when we get on the ground before the event even kicks off. We want to make sure that by the time you guys get there, we have those answers in place. But we are fully transparent and happy to share the requirements and the things that Michelle and the other members do on site on pre-checks to at these locations, to help you guys. Because if you find a place, if you know somebody that's talking about it, please let us know. We will happily send them the information to make it easier for everybody because, it takes a village. It really does. And we do our best to reach out to these places. It's a lot of legwork that goes into what we do. And we're happy to do it. We love to do it. It's not a complaint by any means. But that's the process. And I'm just glad
And
that
Michelle wants everybody to know that she's an open book, so
Yep.
transparent about the process. It is a lot because we have 150 AMCers in and a lot of wheelchairs. So one of the things she recently shared with us is that a hotel could have 13 ADA rooms, but half of those rooms that are considered ADA could be for the hearing impaired or the vision impaired. And
Right.
so if 10 of those are that, then there'll only be three that are mobility for
Right.
mobility. And so we have to ask those hotels. I remember going to a site visit with Michelle in Atlanta, and there was 2 hotels that when we walked in and we couldn't fit in the bathroom because we also have to measure for a bariatric wheelchair, not just a regular wheelchair. And we had to ask those hotels right off the bat because one of our attendees would have never been able to make that 90-degree turn into the women's bathroom. And so those are the things that we do. Michelle travels to multiple cities and she goes into the hotel bathrooms, not only in the guest rooms, but also in the conference area. So yeah, it's a lot. And she measures sink heights, she measures bed heights. We have to have the hotel be okay with us removing the mattress from the bed, or even having the bed lowered to where our AMCers can get into them. Gosh, that's just some of the requirements. But also, just within so many minutes of a major airport, of course, that's going to be a major requirement for us because we're trying to keep everything low, and also the price point per night for our guest rooms. We try to get it under $140 a night. Right now, hotels are upwards of 150 to 250, and I think in some of the cities that we questioned, it was like 300, 350. So by the time we get done, it's almost like the rates that used to be for the Ritz. It's crazy, but these are just regular standard rooms now. And then you put travel and food and everything else that you require on top of that, plus parking. Parking is not cheap anymore. So yeah, so a lot of factors, a lot of thought goes into selecting a hotel. So I promise it's not just because logistics too. I took a video, and if you guys are on my Facebook page, the loading of the 90 bins that we require into a U-Haul, and I just I can't even think of the logistics of getting the stuff that we require to have on the ground across country. So if we do an event where we are not able to bring our stuff, it's going to be rough. So yeah, so there's so many things to consider. I'm hoping that I did hear from from our president. She said that they are working on a mini meetup on the West Coast. So I'm really grateful that people are starting that planning process. So hopefully we hear more about other locations that are willing to get together and host the mini meetups. Don't forget, we also have a grant for the mini meetups if you need help. So
what's
yes.
up, Aaron?
What's up,
You got that hand up. What's happening?
Yeah, I was just I'm new, so I'm just figuring out stuff. But I'm hearing in the some of the challenges with it. That has there ever been any thought or possibility of trying to get donations or grants for maybe 2 or 3 or maybe or just one bus that could then potentially do some of the shuttling from the airport to the hotel, you know what I mean, with you know, because if we know that people are going to be coming back and forth and arriving different times, like I don't know, just throwing a possible solution out there to.
Absolutely. We can always suggest these items to our team. I know that they have looked into it in the past. And I think that it might not have been cost effective. I want to say that insurance costs, the rates for it was a barrier, just because if we bring in transportation, then AMCSI also has to carry a bond for that. So it's crazy but everything needs an insurance policy.
Yeah.
But it's a good suggestion, because I know that we used to, when we were much, much smaller, we actually had an event at a Miracle League Park. And we did transport like with a beautiful, beautiful bus. But I remember how costly that was. And we were only probably about 300 attendees at the time. This was in our very early years, 200 or 300 attendees. And so we did utilize the bus, and I think it was one wheelchair at a time. But yes, it was an expensive feat for us to do that, transporting families back and forth. So it's a good idea. We just don't know if we have enough money to financially cover that. So hopefully in the next year, we're going to hit hard, really fundraising, and hopefully more and more opportunities come about. Because I know that even just for the transportation for the adaptive sports event was a challenge this year. And I know that a few families did step up to help rent vehicles. And so, yeah, so a lot of food for thought, but like these ideas are what we need. And this is why we get together, and this is why we do the survey, because in those surveys, like whatever we can improve on, whatever you feel like we need to add or just eliminate anything. I mean, that's why that survey exists. We need to hear from our families, and the best way to change things and to add things is to hear from you guys, because you guys are living it. We're running around like with our heads cut off because we're working behind the scenes. We have no clue what challenges you guys are dealing with. So if there's things that we can improve on, we definitely want to hear it. Just be nice, because sometimes people can be ugly. We promise that it hurts it hurts our heart. So
And
Can I share something?
Of course, Sierra. Yes, absolutely.
So one positive thing about the conference this year is that I was telling someone that like I bring my motorized scooter when I go on vacation or when I go to these conferences, and I say one of the things that I lose when I bring my motorized scooter is while I can go like longer distances, I lose the ability to like walk around on like the floor or like within the area that I'm in. And I usually use like when I'm in a public place like a lobby or whatever, I usually use a walker, but I don't bring my walker because it's too much. So someone was like, oh, you should look into online, there's walkers slash mobile electric wheelchairs, and you should look into that. So I'm going to look into that, and I'm going to see how I can get it funded.
Nice.
Okay.
A walker slash rollator, and I'm like, oh, that would be perfect because I own a scooter and a rollator, and if it's 2-in-1, that would be great.
Absolutely.
I think, is that the thing that we saw at the Abilities Expo, Ted? What was it called? I don't even remember what it was called. I posted the video of it. I think they were
the all-in-one unit where it could be switch up to depending on where you were. Yeah.
I'll have to look that up for you. It's on my page, Sierra. I know I posted a video of it. And they were supposed to come to the conference, but it was like really short notice. They were there. We were in DuPont in March. And so was it March? Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to get them to go to Norfolk and hopefully they can make it, because I know now that we have it locked in, we can definitely let them know now rather than waiting until next year. Because our idea now is to hit the ground running with these type of things, with these reach outs. You know, even though we're still working on getting registration open and things like that and getting all the information on the website, some of the resources that we know that we kind of started talking to this year obviously it was too soon to get them in Atlanta, but it may not be too soon to get them in to Virginia. So that's our plan. But definitely check out Ani's website or Facebook page, because I believe that's the unit you're talking about, Sierra.
Do you know what it was called? I mean,
I can't remember. It started with a Z. Was it a zine? Was it Zeeen? Zine?
Sounds like, but it's everything before.
That's okay. I can look it up. There's different ones online, but I can look up the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was zine, something like that.
Yeah.
But I'll look on my page. Facebook has a cool search feature where you can go back to March, apparently. I just discovered that. So, all right, guys, it's bathtub time. I'm gonna draw for a prize. But it might take a while for me to get to it because all of the store stuff is kind of like packed away right now. All right, let's see. Who won today? Who won tonight? It is Mr. Doug. You won a prize.
Dun, dun, dun.
I want a prize.
You
won
did.
a prize for attending Together
Sweet.
Tuesdays.
Ooh.
All right, guys, we got like 4 minutes left. Anybody else want to share anything before we have to hop off here for the week? Then we resume back here to Tuesday. What's the date, Ted?
We will be back here. Oh, we got a hand raised. Hold on.
You know what it is? It's my birthday.
On the 16th. Well, you
Yes.
gotta show up, Doug. We'll bring cake.
Yes, and we'll sing.
It might be a Taco Tuesday cake, but we'll bring cake. What you got, Caleb?
I love the right hand, but yeah, it was great meeting little Caleb. Like he's so cute.
Yes, I miss little Caleb.
Yeah.
He was so cute. Yeah, so hopefully his parents will definitely bring him next year. He'll be a little bit bigger. I might not be able to hold him the whole time. But yes, definitely worth conference. Those are probably my favorite conference moments. It's definitely holding Caleb. That's a cutie. Ted, you got a favorite conference moment? I mean, I know you were Ted over there or over there.
I would say just kind of meeting a lot of the first time attendees, and just seeing everybody and just kind of putting faces to emails and reconnecting with a lot of people from last year. I know I may not remember everybody's names because I am on the ground running with Ani back and forth, making sure everybody's having a good time and making sure everything's working okay in the background, and doing the whole powwow at night at the bars and doing everything. But it's what I really enjoy. For me, what I enjoy is seeing everybody else happy and having a good time, and not only being able to be at the event, but also seeing the photos of things that they're doing, like going to the aquarium or the other things in Atlanta, like seeing those kind of
World of Coke.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing, and that to me is what I love about it. It's making it fun for everyone else, and to see that happen, it's a beautiful thing, especially when it happens kind of on its own like that. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, we appreciate all your hard work behind the scenes, Ted. I know that you weren't feeling good a good bit of it, and I hope you do feel better.
I'll get there.
What's up, Doug? What'd you have?
So I looked online. There's a thing called Rolls, ROLLZ.
Okay.
That looked like, and it was a 3-in-1 walker, electric chair, scooter. And there's a web, I think it is rolls.com, but there's several that are, if you just look at something like that, I don't even know what I typed in. But
yeah, and the website for the zine device here is gozine.com. So it's yeah, it's ZEEN.
Yeah, that sounds right. I know we talked to him for a while.
Yeah.
Then Rolls says electric wheelchair for extra independence, 3-in-1, rollator walker, transporter chair, and electric wheelchair, all in one.
Nice. That's cool.
I just looked it up.
Awesome.
I don't know much about it.
I'll have to look at that.
Yes, I
To
think you
see.
have several options now, so that's pretty cool. Mobility devices, they're coming a long way. When we went to the what is it called? The Abilities Expo. There was actually a wheelchair, an electric wheelchair that was even lighter than the Fold and Go and the Air Hop that I know that a lot of our AMCers use. So the one that Abby has is like 41 pounds or something like that. And they had one there that was like 26 or 28 pounds. And so I need to post their information as well. They're not cheap. They're about $3,000, $4,000. So, but yes, we will share all that good information with our families. As soon as I get recovered, I'm going to sleep for a week, but we really wanted to do this together Tuesdays because I felt like we were off for 2 weeks and I was like, this is going to be the perfect moment to do a Together Tuesday post-conference because we were feeling it. We were definitely feeling it from a number of our members. Just the sadness of not being together. So I definitely wanted to get together in some form. And hopefully you guys will join us next week on the 16th. Is that your birthday, Doug? The 16th?
It is.
All right. We're going to celebrate Doug's birthday next Tuesday. Close us up, Ted.
So just go ahead, Doug. What you got?
Me?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. So
hey, Josh.
Here's the thing.
No matter what bar I'm in, I'll celebrating my birthday. I'll put Zoom on my phone.
Okay. Yes.
So we got 363 days until conference, people, and we got 355 days till the next awareness day. So let's start kicking things off with that, and we'll get things going. And we will see you next Tuesday on July 16th, where we're going to celebrate Doug's birthday with a taco ice cream cake. If I could get one, I don't know if I could do that in the city. I should be able to find that in Philly. And with that, people, I would just
I'm going to bring some grits and add some sugar to it.
We'll leave out the sugar,
Please
though.
don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Same thing as cake.
With that, I want to say be safe and be strong, people, and we hope to see you again next week.
Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you next Tuesday. Don't forget about Saturday. Saturday for adults only. Y'all don't get crazy in there, okay?
That's not gonna happen. They always get crazy, but much love, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Don't tell on us, Uncle Ron.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.